Right, we have a double offering from Diorama Debris on this review. We'll start off with, I'll go through as I normally do. Diorama Debris, it's 1/35 scale. It's a 6x8 cobblestone sets. I don't know what they call it that for, but there you go. The mould number is 1350009. It's produced in the UK by RJ Nice, and there will be a link in the description box. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And as you can see, it's when the camera focuses. Thank you, camera. You can see the texture in the bottom. Now, this is about a quarter of the size. Well, yeah, about a quarter of the size of the 6x10s. The reason I got it was to try and cut down a bit on the cuts, especially going around corners, and also it will give a little bit of leeway as well for patterns and stuff like that. Now you get a total of 84 blocks, and you get 4 halves, and that's about all I can say about the mould, really. As normal, it's a nice little mould, and I can see the detail right in the bottom there. So that's that one. Now we'll bring this one in as well once the camera decides to focus on it, and I'll run through this exactly the same. Diorama Debris, it's 1/35 scale, and this is a 4x8 step cobbles, and the mould number is 1350005, and it's produced in the UK by RJ Nice. Now this is a smaller one. Well, it says by the size, 8x4. Sorry, no, yeah, 4x8. Now this is one well in between the large and the half one we've just seen. It's a sort of a block on its own, but this one can be mixed in with the other blocks for edgings and things like that. It can be used on its own. You can use it, you know, edges of paths, or even do paths with it. You can actually there's no stopping you from laying a road with it. There's no sort of rules against it. You know, this is just a very smaller, more brick size actually, size block. Total amount of blocks you get from this is 110, so you get quite a few per casting, and you can see the texturing down the bottom there of the actual blocks. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go off and I'll get some of these cast, and we'll have a look at them individually, and I'll see if I can't put something together with them all together, if you understand. Right, I've been casting. I've casted both moulds. I know there's 3 piles of blocks on there, but this pile of the blocks we'll get to in a minute. We'll concentrate on these ones. These are the 4x8s, the tiniest block of the 2 moulds. Now I've used them in the gutter. They go around the corners really nice. There's no cutting or chopping. You can get them round nice and easy. That's one good thing. They don't interact with these blocks that well, i.e. they don't line up because they're slightly smaller, but they're very useful just for running courses across, to put lines into roads and things like that. There's nothing even stopping you from actually doing the whole road in them. You know, there's nothing stopping you at all, because they will do exactly the same as what the other blocks are doing. Now the next block is the 6x8, which is this one. Another nice little block. Interacts well with this block. As you can see, I've done sort of like done that way, and also I've led them long ways as well, if you could call it long ways. Well, yeah, it is long ways. Worked really well, no problems. Like I say, artistic license is here for you to do really what you want with these blocks. And these are the 6x10s, which they work together extremely well. I mean, there's no stopping you from doing like a Flemish bond, and there's just loads of things you can really do with them. They all interact really good. And originally I wasn't going to buy these two moulds because I had this one and I thought that would do. But I'm very pleased now that I actually did buy these, because I can see lots of use for these particular block moulds. Because I like small detail. It's just my thing. And a little bit like this running round, it won't really stand out, but I know the eye will pick it up. And different size blocks, okay, it won't be a big thrust in your face, but the eye will pick it up and notice it. And it's all these little bits I think that make a diorama real instead of a diorama. And basically that's what I'm aiming for, is to make my diorama real and not just a diorama. Anyway, that's about as much as I can really say about them, except for they came out the moulds nice, they're well detailed, and that's it. They're a great little block. Do you need to buy them? This is totally up to you, getting the moulds. Totally up to you which mould you pick. Each mould will do the job of doing a road or path or block work. So it's totally up to you which mould that you pick. Me, I'm just pleased that I've got all three, which gives me a very wide license to do quite a few patterns and bits and pieces. So I've rabbited on enough, and that's about, like I say, that's about as much now as I can really say about them, but it is a good little mould. So thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.